From Tom Riordan Field at Clearview Regional High School, Comcast Cablevision presents Tri-County Conference Football. Tonight, a Royal Division matchup between the undefeated Crusaders of Delsea Regional High School against the host Pioneers of Clearview Regional High School, who are 6-1. Hi everybody, I'm Bob Shryock along with Shawn Leary on absolutely a gorgeous night for a high school football game, and what a game we have tonight. A game that involves two of the premier teams in Gloucester County and South Jersey, and with tremendous playoff implications tonight. Shawn, Delsea has a chance tonight to clinch something, and they're already in the playoffs.
Yeah, this team is the #1 seed in Group 3. They have a chance tonight to cinch that berth, be the #1 seed throughout the playoffs, and of course have that home field advantage. Also for them, riding is a clinch of the Tri-County Conference Royal Division title. This is a huge game for them. A loss to Clearview tonight would drop them down to about #3 in the playoff system in Group 3, and that would vault Toms River South to the #1 spot. So they have a lot to play for tonight.
And Delsea, a team that's ranked 7th in the New York Star Ledger state poll, Shawn.
This is a really strong team.
Yeah.
They have tremendous talent on both sides of the football, on the line, in the backfield, but they've been struggling a little bit of late, Bob. They've had 3 games where they lost their quarterback, Dave Lamache, the starting quarterback in the season, and they have a new quarterback in there. They've struggled a little bit lately, but tonight is a huge game and a big situation.
And Shawn, also a lot on the line tonight for your alma mater, Clearview Regional High School.
This is a huge night for the Pioneers. Last year they upset Delsea in Delsea and put a blemish on their mark. Tonight, another huge game here at Clearview Regional High School. This team's 6-1. They really need this win to earn a spot in the postseason playoffs in Group 3. Right now they sit tied with Kingsway at 7-8. There's going to be teams that can jump above them. Millville can jump above them, and with a win with Millville, they would jump ahead of Kingsway and Clearview, and there would be a tie. They would have a coin flip to determine the winner. So there's a couple other scenarios that could happen that involves Willingboro, but tonight for Clearview, they can not only clinch a spot in the playoffs, they can also tie Delsea and Deptford for the top spot in the Royal Division.
You want to run that by me, get you? That is confusing, but well done. Coin flips. I hate coin flips. I don't think Dan Pidcock likes them either. We talked to him before the game about that.
No, I think it's just terrible for the playoffs to come down to a coin flip, and I'm hoping that something can be done about that at some point in time. But as of right now, that's the ruling. It's going to have to go with a coin flip if Clearview does not win, if Kingsway and Clearview are both tied at 7-8, and if Millville does not jump over them along with
I know
along with one of them other teams.
Delsea with tremendous running ability, Shawn. They have one of the best balanced running attacks in all of South Jersey, and John Vickers-Jones, one of the key guys.
Yeah, Johnny Vickers-Jones, he has explosive speed, a guy who can just turn the corner and get around there in a hurry and explode to the end zone. He also plays well defensively, but this is a guy offensively that can make something happen. If he does turn the corner, forget about it. You're not going to be able to catch him from behind. He's a track star, a guy, once he gets moving with the football, will find a little hole, scat through there, and jump into the end zone quickly.
Shawn, one of the amazing things about this Clearview team this year is that they returned only 4 starters from last year's outstanding team, but one of them, Jason Hatchell, a tremendous two-way football player.
Well, here's a guy that is the other side of it. He doesn't have the blazing speed like Vickers. He has the power to run you over, but he also has the ability to run around you. This guy is a big-time football player who plays with a tremendous heart. He's a kid that brings a lot of power, a lot of punch. Last year, came into the season a little banged up. Once he got into the starting lineup, Clearview took off and really had a tremendous season. He's that type of football player. Once he gets on the field for a team, he can make the difference. He can do it again here today. He's going to have to be the key for a Clearview win.
Okay, one of those rare late season games when a lot at stake for both teams. Delsea undefeated, Clearview with just 1 loss. Coming up after this. Tri-County Conference Royal Division football from Clearview Regional High School. Bob Shryock along with Shawn Leary, and an absolutely stupendous night for a high school football game, and a game with a lot on the line here as we head down towards the playoffs and the end of the season. Clearview coming in 6-1. Great shot at the playoffs, particularly if they upset Delsea tonight, and Delsea already in the playoffs, rolling along at 7-0, the number 7 ranked team in the state by the Newark Star-Ledger. Shawn, looking forward to a great one.
Yeah, this should be a great one, as was last year's on October 26th at Delsea. Clearview pulled off the upset that day. Our score's wrong. But Clearview did win that game, and it was a tremendous victory for Dan Pigcock and his Pioneers, vaulted them into the South Jersey playoffs, where they eventually lost to a really good Woodrow Wilson team. Delsea had also went into that Group 3 playoffs and lost to another very good team, Willingboro. As we said, is vying for a spot in Group 3.
Kicking off for Delsea Regional High School. Well, number 34 is not on our program. How's that for a start? We have a 34. Clearview to receive the opening kickoff. We're underway from Tom Riordan Field at Clearview. Rock at the 12-yard line, straight up the middle, has a chance to break it, and a great return up to the 42-yard line, giving Clearview outstanding field position.
That's something they're going to need, is good field position. Delsea, a strong defense, one of the best defenses in South Jersey. Team does not give up touchdowns, does not give up scores, doesn't give up much yards.
Clearview with an outstanding season offensively. Their quarterback, Matt Edgy's thrown 9 touchdown passes, one of the leading marks in South Jersey, and they have a great running attack led by Jason Hatchell. Hatchell with the carry, doesn't get much against that tough interior Delsea defense. And one of the keys of this game tonight, Shawn, of course, is the size differential. Delsea with a lot of size.
Yeah, there you see the quarterback, Matt Eggy with Matt Hatchell. C.J. Sicca, Matt Morocco, DeCaro, split out at tight end. Carroll on the outside, and the line anchored by Keith Heimerl. Very small line, like you said, Bob. Not big, not up front with Delsea. They're going to have to do a lot of moving and can't go man-to-man, one-on-one with those big Delsea linemen.
Just 1 yard gain by Hatchell, 2nd down and 9, ball at the 44. Edgy straight back to throw. He has good protection over the middle, and it's nearly caught. Good try by Sean Carroll. Good pass by Edgy, but incomplete. 3rd down and 9 for the Pioneers.
Yeah, it was a good pass. He put it where only his tight end can get a hold of the ball, and it looks like you're going to get a penalty roughing the passer. It's a preliminary indication. That would give Clearview a 1st down. But Eggy put the ball, Bob, exactly where you want to put it for a quarterback. A chance for your receiver to catch it, and really didn't give the Delsea defender an opportunity to make a pick.
So a very bad mistake by Delsea. Penalty all the way down
Personal
to the
foul,
1 yard line.
roughing the passer, 15 yards, 1st down.
Referee Bill Van Cat making the call, so the first down achieved by Clearview when they're into Delsea territory with a 1st and 10 at the 41 yard line. Back split behind Edgy. Hatchell with the carry. Hatchell with some good yardage down to about the 35. He's already over 1,000 yards in his senior season. And his advance to the 35-yard line. Pickup of about 5 on the play. Make it 6, 2nd down and 4 for the Pioneers.
Well, it's really neat to see how teams have these guys that just fill in spots. You know, Penn State, they talk about the linebackers there. They just produce great linebackers. Well, here at Clearview, they produce great fullbacks.
Single back with a double wing formation for the Pioneers and some motion. Edgy rolling right. And he'll keep the football and run and slides out of bounds. Picks up a couple more. Tackle made by Greg Wynn, a 280-pound junior for the Crusaders.
Yeah, he's a big kid that really takes up a lot of space.
Oh, another personal foul. That is 2 on the Crusaders. Boy, Sal Marquez, the head coach of Delsea's got to be unhappy about this. Another 15-yarder coming up against the Crusaders. That is 2 15-yard.
Dead ball. Late hit.
And another late hit.
1st down, inbounds ball.
And the advance all the way down to the 17-yard line. 2 1st downs, both on personal fouls, both roughing the passer.
Yeah, that's 2 big penalties in favor of the Pioneers.
Hatchell with a couple of yards. Not much, down to about the 16, maybe a yard for Hatchell.
Yeah, he might pick up about, looks like they're going to give him about 3. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7, Bob. Like I was talking about those fullbacks here for Clearview, it started in the 90s, and here you see the Delsea defense with Myers, and you saw Wynn on the tackle, Rodriguez and Tyler, another good one, along with Stevenson, linebackers Televacchio and Pfeiffer, Estamira, Vickers-Jones lead that secondary for Delsea.
2nd down and 8, Edgy to throw, fires it over the middle, and it's caught for a touchdown! Ray DeCaro with the catch in the end zone, the 15-yard touchdown pass from Edgy. Great pass, and at the 9:35 mark of the first period, Clearview quickly jumps on top of Delsea 6-0. How about that pass and catch?
Excellent catch by DeCaro, but Eggy just puts the ball exactly where it needs to be put. He doesn't do anything flashy. He just gets the ball there where his receiver can make the catch. He's a very accurate passer, and he puts the Pioneers on top early in the first quarter with 9:35 left.
As a botched snap on the extra point try, so Clearview will miss this, but they will lead at 6-0 with 9:35 to go. We'll take time out from Clearview Regional High School. Quick lead for the Pioneers. Ray DeCaro, number 21, caught the touchdown pass from Matt Edgy, giving Clearview the 6-0 lead. We're just 2 minutes and 25 seconds into the football game, and those two unsportsmanlike conduct calls, Shawn, really set up that touchdown.
It certainly did. 30 yards right there. Tacked on 2 first downs for Clearview, and Ray DeCaro capitalizes along with Eggy. Nice pass over the middle to the senior, 5'9", 160. Going across the middle, hauling in the touchdown, and putting Clearview in a situation where they'd really like to get a win here. It would jump them up to about the number 5 seed in the Group 3 rankings. A great start for the green and gold.
Rocky Aliberti kicking off for Clearview with that 6-0 lead. It's a good kick. Taken at about the 15-yard line. And good coverage downfield by the Pioneers, although the advance to about the 33-yard line. So now we'll see this vaunted Delsea offense with all that speed in the backfield.
Great speed and great power up front with the offensive linemen. A huge offensive line that really anchors this team, puts that wing T in motion.
Jason Rosinski, the quarterback, senior quarterback for the Crusaders.
Let's go, D!
And some motion.
83!
And not a whole lot doing for the Rimmel with the carry for Delsea.
That's the defensive end, Sean Carroll, the senior, 6'1", 195, coming off the end and coming back and tackling Rimmel. There you see Rosinski in for the injured Dave Lamish early on in the season. He was lost. Johnny Vickers-Jones along with Rimmel and Eli in the backfield. Stevenson and Televacchio, the tight ends. And back in at center is Josh Lex, a senior.
5 yards.
Legal motion. That is 3 penalties already against Delsea, and we played less than 3 minutes, so not a good start for the Crusaders.
And Josh Lex, Bob, as I was saying, the center is back in. You see him with the cast on his right hand. He had a broken hand, so he wasn't able to play the Cumberland game. Was injured during Absegami's game, and they get him back. Could be jumping around all over the place.
Delsea seems very disorganized at this point, Shawn, making a lot of mistakes early. Didn't like the alignment of the Clearview defense, so they called timeout with 9:08 to play in the first period, and Clearview jumping on top 6-0. Clearview's only lost this season to Deptford High, and Delsea is undefeated, although they've struggled the last couple of weeks, Shawn. 20-14 win over Kingsway, 27-26 over Absegami, and 28-18 over Cumberland. So they're not the dominant team in the recent weeks that they had been earlier in the season.
No, they haven't. They've been winning. As you take a look at Dan Pidcock with a record 123, 136, and 7, and he's just the guy that you'd love to have your kid be coached under. He's a great guy, a guy who really gets a lot out of his kids, not only on the field, but off the field. And a lot of people rooting for Dan Pidcock in South Jersey last year. I'm sure if he would get into the playoffs, a lot of people would be back on his bandwagon.
Double wing formation with motion. Back to throw, goes deep, has a man open, and he hits him in full stride for a big gain down to the 38-yard line. Great catch by Eric Estamera on a great pass by Rosinski, and Rosinski, who doesn't throw the ball that often, gets a big one here.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be about a 33-yarder. Nice touch on this pass by Rosinski. The one thing they like about him over Lamish is his arm. He has a little bit better arm than Dave Lamish. Lamish runs this offense better in the wing tee, but Rosinski can get it out there. Nice pass, nice catch. Delsea now at the Clearview 39-yard line moving.
First and 10 for the Crusaders after the big gainer in the air, and they don't throw the ball that much. Carry by Josh Reimel gets a couple of yards to about the 35-yard line. Pickup of 3, it'll be second down and 7 for the Crusaders. So a high-powered opening for both teams. Clearview going all the way downfield after taking the opening kickoff to score, and Delsea trying to counter.
Hey, you take a look at the Clearview defense with Carroll, Reuter, Fusco, Murphy, and Heimel. Heimel, the leader, coming back on that team, along with Hatchell, Bonzella, and Forrest, the linebackers. They really like Dan Forrest, another starter coming back.
Heimel again and nothing doing. No gain at all. Play to the 35-yard line. Will be third down and long, about 6 for the Crusaders.
Yeah, Josh Reimel's the guy, Bob, that had to fill Assad Hafiz's shoes. Assad Hafiz, a great back for Delsea over the last couple of years. And he's done a nice job for them. Not the back that Hafiz was, but he's a leading rusher for this team this season. He's done a really nice job, and he's given them a little bit more than what they expected at that position going into the season.
Two-back set by the Crusaders on third down and 6. The Jones in motion and the pitch. An outstanding pursuit. And the initial hit made Manzella for Clearview, and a 2-yard loss in the play. It'll bring up fourth down and force a Delsea punt. So a great job defensively by Clearview after giving up the long pass.
And you got to give credit to Dan Forrest here. He's going to come up and force Reimel to go inside. Reimel has no room. Bonzella wipes up on the play and forces a Delsea punt.
Good job by the much smaller Clearview defense. Punt by Whiteside. And Clearview will take possession deep in its own territory at about the 17-yard line. So Clearview with a 6-0 lead with 6:35 to play in the first period.
It almost looked like Jason Hatchell jumped offside. He got off that ball so quick, and it appeared he was offside, but he just saw that ball quick enough for him to make a move, nearly got to that punt.
Matt Edgy running the attack for the Pioneers. Hatcher with the carry, not much doing there, maybe gets a yard.
Yeah, he's not going to make a living trying to run up inside against Delsea. And that right there would be a huge loss for Delsea. It looks like it's Stevenson down, Bob. And he's a big-time player, a Division I prospect for Delsea.
So everything going wrong for Delsea here in the first period as we have timeout with the injury.
Here you see Sal Marquez up right above us.
Right
on
on top of us, yeah. What a record he's amassed in just a few years.
He likes to call the games. We talked about this in a game earlier this year against Kingsway. He's a guy who likes to be up above the action, see what's going on the field. And he calls his plays from up there.
240-pound two-way end James Stevenson walking off under his own power. That's good to see. Delsea, one of the premier football programs in South Jersey in the last half century, ever since they started as a school back in the late 1950s. They've been a powerhouse. John Oberg, of course, still the winningest football coach in South Jersey history, retired now, living in Ocean City, and what a magnificent job he did. Second down and about 9 for the Pioneers. Hatchell with on the carry, but Delsea doing a good job stopping Hatchell in the early going.
And we
It'll be 3rd down and 7, about a yard pickup on the play.
Saw Stevenson walk off the field. This guy being recruited by a lot of Big Ten schools, Purdue, Iowa, Wisconsin. Clemson is interested in him, along with Vanderbilt and UConn. A big kid that a lot of schools, they like his size, and he has good hands. He can haul in a few passes.
Probable passing down for Aggie, who already has a touchdown pass in this game. Rolling to his right. Finds a receiver. Caught by Sean Carroll, but that'll be well short of the first down. There's a penalty marker down. And this one will go against Clearview. The first 3 penalties were against Delsea. This one goes against Clearview.
Yeah, Delsea will probably decline this penalty and force Clearview into a punting situation.
Holding on the offense, half the distance to the goal, still 3rd down.
So they're going to take the penalty and move them down deep into Clearview territory.
You see Aggie just roll out here trying to find an open receiver. Not anything there. He's just going to dump the ball off. Nothing going for Clearview. But the Clearview's doing a nice job of spreading the ball around. There's 5 guys who've already touched the ball, giving the bulk of the carries to Hatchell, and you'll see him touch the ball a lot tonight. But in order to make this Delsea defense a little honest, they have to get more players involved.
Dangerous spot on the field from the 7-yard line. Hatchell with the carry. Has some running room. And he won't get the first down, but he does have a nice gain out to about the 16-yard line. Pickup of 9 on the play, so that'll enable Clearview to have better position to punt the football.
Clearview with a quick kick here.
Aggie with the punt. Good punt. Taken by Escamera. Escamera looking for running room. Cut down at about midfield on good special teams coverage by Keith Heimer.
Yeah, Heimer, one of 4 starters back for this Clearview team. The senior, 6'3", 210. One of the better players wearing green and gold here at Clearview Regional High School in search of a win that would certainly cinch a spot in Group 3 playoffs.
So good field position for the Crusaders just inside midfield into Clearview territory. 1st down and 10 at the 49. Double wing formation with motion. Straight ahead and some good running room for Reimer.
A good blocking up front by Matt Myers and Josh Leck straight up the middle, opening up some running room for Reimer.
He got 4 at 2nd down and 6. Clearview with 1 good stop defensively in this quarter. Good hit, close to 1st down yardage. The carry by Darnell Eli. And they'll be real close to a 1st down. May have to measure this.
Darnell Eli is a guy who they really thought was going to have a tremendous season here, but he's really been nagged by an ankle injury, and he's never really recovered from that since the beginning of the season. Week by week, he seems to be getting a little bit better and more confident, but this guy really never got on track this season to be the star that they thought he would be.
And they'll have the 1st down. So 1st and 10 for Delsea at the Clearview 39-yard line. 3:50 to play, 1st period, 6-0 Clearview. The Pioneers scoring on a pass from Eggy to DiCaro after 2 unsportsmanlike penalties against Delsea. Really hurt them on that first drive.
It certainly did. And also, that touchdown drive was set up by a nice return by Matt Mullica.
Empty backfield for the Crusaders. Hand off to Eli, has some room on the right side with 1 good move, still on his feet. Great run by Eli, still on his feet. Outstanding run by Darnell Eli, and he broke 4 or 5 tackles with a huge gain down to about the 10-yard line. Outstanding run by Eli.
And it's just the simple, comes in motion, and there's nobody on the outside for Eli to break off a good 29, 30-yard run.
Missed
Makes a
tackle
couple
there.
of moves, and a good stiff arm by him.
Great run by Eli. Straight ahead is the quarterback. Good call, and behind that big line, Brzezinski with yardage down to about the 4-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal for the Crusaders.
This is where it's so hard to stop Delsea. They sniff that end zone. They get those big guys just power blocking. You just run behind them. Nice call there by Marquez.
2nd and goal, ball at the 4-yard line. Rimal, Eli, the backs behind Brzezinski. And good defense by the Pioneers, stopping Eli for a yard loss.
Yeah, that's what you call a good stick. Josh Bonzella, the junior, 6'2", 200 pounds, comes up and makes a play on 2nd down on Eli. Eli comes through, and then boom, he's hit right there and driven back by Bonzella. Good stick by the junior. Brings up now, Bob, a 3rd down. Looks like about
3rd and goal at about the 5-yard line. Straight ahead is Rimal, down to about the 1 or 2-yard line. That'll bring up a 4th down and goal, 4th down for the Crusaders. So Clearview with another good defensive stand here, but they got to do it one more time. They're spotted about the right about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, good look right there by our cameraman down along the sideline. That's right at the 2. I love how linemen, they say it's like inches when they come back out.
4th down, straight at the quarterback sneak. Brzezinski behind the big line. Is he in? It's close. Boy, this is close. Did they stop him? I think they stopped him. Clearview thinks they stopped him. What a stand. What a defensive stand by the Pioneers of Clearview Regional High School. Brzezinski kept the ball, trying to sneak it in from the 2, didn't get there.
Yeah, we're going to get a look at this. Remember, 2 yards, just Brzezinski trying to power his way, going behind Lex. And that, you got to give credit to that Clearview defensive line. It's so hard to see where Brzezinski is there.
They say he didn't get in, so it's 1st down and 10 for Clearview, but they are right on the 1-inch line, it looks like. They need a nice gainer to get out of trouble here. Hatchell on the carry, and a good job by Hatchell. Gets it out to, oh, he only got a couple, I guess.
Yeah, they barely got it out of there. And here you see Stevenson back into the game, number 9, who comes off the field. He was injured earlier, now back into the game. That's good for Delsea fans because he's a big-time player for the Crusader team.
Actually, no gain at all, so they're still inside the 1-yard line. 2nd down, very dangerous spot for Clearview. They need to play this to get out of the shadow of their own goal line. 2nd down. And again, almost nothing. Hatchell again. That Delsea defense is tough. And again, no gain on the play, and they need a couple yards here. They're going to be punting right from the end line, Sean.
And that's why Sal Marquez goes for it on 4th down. This is a team that does not give up much yardage. You send your defense back out onto the field in this situation. It's very hard for Clearview to run some offensive plays and get out of that shadow.
Look at this quick kick. You don't see that much anymore. Good play by Clearview. Dan Pidcock takes one out of the pass, and look at this. Wow. Oh, what a mistake. What an unbelievable mistake by Delsea. Incredible. He did not have to dive for that ball, Sean. What a mistake. Clearview gets a 55-yard gain out of a quick punt. Unbelievable. Why did he dive for the ball? Tell me.
This is a mistake where you just don't even know what your player is thinking.
What is he thinking on this play? This is an unbelievable mistake. Watch this player coming from out of nowhere.
He's sprinting. I don't know what he's thinking on that play. He thinks it's a fumble. A horrible mistake Horrible mistake by...
And DeCaro came up with the ball, I believe. First down and 10 ball at the 45-yard line.
Eric Estamiro, the senior.
Hatchell with the carry. Again, the Delsea defense is tough. He only gets about 2, but that was like a 55-yard gain, Sean.
Oh, that's exactly what it was.
You don't see the old quick kick too often. That's an old play, but that's the end of the first period. A very entertaining first period it was. Clearview looking for the upset. 6, Delsea nothing. Sean, let's take a look at this quick kick again. This
yeah, and it's just on third down. You just get it back to Hatchell and let them boot it out of there. And all they're doing in that situation is just trying to get it where they can pin Delsea down to about the 50-yard line and get something out of it. Not have them come rushing the quarterback. And it looks like it was number 31.
31, C.J. Sicca.
C.J. Sicca, who jumps on the ball. Estamir making a big mistake as a senior. So Delsea really have made a couple big mistakes in a crucial game.
Eggy with a great fake, and he's going to get some good yardage and slide down at the 32-yard line for a first down. That's great play by Eggy. His receivers covered, made a nice fake, made a nice gain, and Clearview with the first down.
He's just a smart kid. You want to have your quarterback be a smart player, and that's what he is. He makes the right plays at the right times, and Matt Eggy is one of the better quarterbacks in South Jersey because of that. Not a guy that just doesn't have the great physical tools. He's a good guy with a good arm who can run a little bit, but he's more smart than anything.
First and 10, quick pitch to Hatchell. Hatchell the workhorse. Nice gainer down to about the 26-yard line. Boy, Delsea just so many mistakes in that first period. The 2 15-yard penalties, the botched punt. They just had a mistake-prone first period.
You see just a quick pitch out to Hatchell, get that big frame moving to the outside, and he's just looking to run somebody over and pick up those extra yards. Takes on Stevenson head on and drags him for 1 or 2 extra yards on the play, which brings up now a 2nd and 4.
Hatchell got 6. They run a reverse. Oh, what a big hit, but he bounces off that guy, and a huge hit by Delsea. In the middle, number 57, Greg Wynn.
Yeah, you don't want to run into him, Bob.
Wynn, a 280-pounder, but...
you had to pick somebody on the field. You don't want to run into Greg Wynn, 280 pounds.
But Wynn responsible for the loss, even though he's not credited with a tackle. So it's going to be 3rd down and 7 for the Pioneers. 2-back set behind Eggy on 3rd down. Gets good protection. It breaks down. Trying to scramble, but he will get down for a loss. So good job by the Delsea defense. And now Clearview in a position where they can possibly punt Delsea deep here. Let's see what odd place in the field, the 32-yard line. Let's see if they punt it. Eggy, the punter for Clearview. Although Hatchell got off that great quick kick. Good snap. Eggy angles it, and this is going to get inside. Look at this kick. Wow, it to the 3-yard line, and Clearview punting a big part of this football game in the last couple of minutes. So with 9:36 to play in the second, it's still a 6-0 Clearview lead.
Yeah, nice job punting that time by Aliberti. There you see the sack attack.
Yeah.
You thought that play by Estamir is silly. Look at that guy.
First down and 10 Delsea, but they're at the 3-yard line.
We said it was nice, but not that nice.
Lymel with the carry, but he's going nowhere. Second down and 10, no gain. An important game for both teams. Delsea looking to clinch divisional title, part of a divisional title. Clearview trying to get into playoffs, and they would do that with a win tonight. But even with a loss, Clearview has a chance to make the playoffs. A very complicated scenario. Second down and 10. Eli trying to go wide left. He has that speed to the outside. Gets to the corner. Watch him go. Cuts it back inside, and he'll make another huge gain. He's had 2 big runs in this football game. This one gets Delsea out of trouble down to about the up to about the 28-yard line. So a pickup of 25 on the play.
Yeah, great speed by Darnell Eli, but also good speed by Jason Hatchell. Talked about him earlier about being a big guy, but he also can run. He's going to track him down from behind. You can see Hatchell, number 43, getting the angle there. He's just looking at his angle, making sure that he can make the play. This is a guy that's about 220 pounds, and he outruns him to that corner.
1st and 10, Delsea. Jones with the carry. Breaks one tackle, but not the second one. Gain on the play up of about 1 yard to the 29-yard line. Talked about Jones in the pregame, but he's been quiet so far, John.
Yeah, he's been a little quiet so far. You see Dan Pidcock, and he's got to be concerned with his defense now. A couple of big gainers by Eli, and once you get Jones in the mix, you got a combination that can really get things going on the outside. But Darnell Eli having a good game so far.
Kaczynski to throw, way over the head of the intended receiver. That was Estamera who made the big catch for the big gainer in the first quarter. This one incomplete. It'll create a 3rd down and 9 for the Crusaders.
Yeah, trying to get Estamera to redeem himself after the mistake that he made earlier. And I'll tell you, you got to feel bad for a young guy who makes a mistake like that, come off on that sideline. You know what he's thinking. He thinks he cost his team at least a chance of pinning Clearview deep and possibly giving them great field position for a score. Now they got to march down with 8 minutes left and put together another big drive.
3rd down and 9, Delsea. Kaczynski to throw, fires it over the middle, and it's incomplete. Good coverage. Good coverage on the play by Clearview's Eric Spurka. Good play by Spurka.
Spurka's a name that's been around here for Clearview for a very long time. Eric Spear, younger brother of Joey and Eddie, who's played for Clearview since the mid-'80s.
Intended receiver was Whiteside, so Delsea forced a punt.
Nice job by Spurka on that play closing.
There'll be a dead ball foul procedure against Delsea. That'll back him up. Penalties have hurt Delsea in this half too. So despite all the mistakes Delsea's made, they're very much in this football game, Sean.
Yeah, they certainly made a lot of mistakes.
Dead ball.
2 personal fouls.
False start on the offense. 5 yards. Redo it down. 4th down.
The personal fouls really cost them the 6 points in the first possession of the game for the Pioneers, and then the mistake on the punt.
Good punt. Mullica with the catch on the run and the advance across midfield to the 48, where Clearview will have 1st down and 10. Timeout from Tom Riordan Field. 6-0 Clearview. Clearview with the 1st down and 10. Hatchell on the carry, dragging tackles with him. One of Hatchell's best runs. They've been doing a good job containing Hatchell in the early going, but Jason makes a nice carry here to about the 41. Pick up on the play of about 8 yards, 2nd and 2.
Well, he's that prototypical Clearview fullback that's just going to get the ball, look, set up his blockers, and power his way, putting his shoulders down and getting up those 3-4 extra yards after the carry.
Tough football player, Jason Hatchell, having a great season, already over 1,000 yards. Heading to that tonight. 2nd down and 2, ball at the 41. This will be a Clearview penalty. It'll back them up 5 yards.
And Bob, talking about Clearview backs, they're used to having the big fullback. Started off with a couple of good ones in the 80s, and then came
Dead ball.
Luke
False start on the
Hoffman.
offense. 5 yards. Stand down.
Luke Hoffman, a real good, strong, powerful running back in the early 90s. You see the false start. Matt Friel a couple of years ago, who had a very nice career here with
he was a
Clearview.
great one, Friel, yeah.
And now Jason Hatchell in that same mold, big fullback who can get those extra yards.
2nd and 7 from the 46. And a nice run by Mullica.
Take a look at the Chopper 10 helicopter peeking in on the game.
I thought that was the Comcast 43 helicopter.
That's, you know what? I thought the same thing.
Okay.
Either that or my ride home.
3rd down and 2 for the Pioneers after the nice run by Mullica. 6:21 to play, 2nd period, 6-0 Clearview. Trying to get some more. Mullica is absolutely crunched. What a big hit by Bill Pfeiffer of Delsea.
Bill Pfeiffer, just a sophomore. They love the way this guy comes up and lays hits on people. And this is one of the trademarks of this young sophomore. Coming right through the line, you think you got something going, and bang! You hit by Pfeiffer, just drives into him and sends him backward.
Eggy with the punt to about the 11-yard line. Taken by Estamera. Estamera looking for some room on the outside, still on his feet. Cuts it back, and not much of a gain in terms of yardage. Ran a long ways, but Delsea will have poor field position in its own 16.
I'd say they got to get the ball to Eli more. Already 2 carries, 55 yards. So when he's touched it so far, he's been able to really make things happen.
Clearview defense has just done a tremendous job against a Delsea team that has one of the best ground games in all of South Jersey. And remember that big weight differential that the advantage that Delsea has too. 1st down and 10, Crusaders. Jones with the carry. Good faking that time. That'll be an advance to about the 25-yard line. Good pickup of about 8 yards. 2nd down and 2 for Delsea.
The healthy gain of 8 on the play brings up 2nd and 2.
Now he's a guy, Johnny Jones, who he's lightning fast. One of the top 100 dash runners in the state. A guy who can just explode on the track.
2nd and 2. First down yardage. Ryman with the carry to about the 29-yard line, so the Crusaders with a 1st down.
And they pick up about 4 or 5 yards on that play with Rymel.
Number 30, Josh Bonzella. Number 43, Jason Hatchell.
Hatchell and Bonzella sharing the tackle for Clearview.
Or Delsea.
1st and 10 for the Crusaders. Ball just inside the 30-yard line. Big gain. Oh, this one's going to go all the way to the 40, the 30. Rymel to the 10, and he'll score just like that. Delsea right back in the football game at 6'6". A quick hitter. Look at that speed. Rymel, how have anybody touched him, Sean?
I don't think so either. Josh Rymel explodes through the middle of the field. We talked about him replacing Asad Hafiz. That was things Asad could do. Take it from the 30 and get 70 yards in a hurry.
71-yard touchdown run by Rymel, and it's a 6'6" football game. And from placement, Delsea tries to make it 7-6. Good snap, good hold, and a good kick. So it's 7-6 Delsea at the 4:22 mark of the 2nd period. And Delsea, despite all those mistakes, has taken the lead in this football game. There he goes.
Yeah, that's just great speed. They talked about Delsea not having the big fullback, but having that smaller fullback with a little bit of speed will give you that. A guy who can get through the middle in a hurry and explode for, again, 71 yards on that play. And he got down the field in a hurry, putting out Delsea ahead by 1 point with 4:22 left here in the 1st half.
That was Matt Del Rossi with the extra point kick. So Delsea with its first lead of the football game, and despite all those mistakes, they're on top. Can't beat that speed, Sean.
No, they have a whole lot of it with Rymel, Jones, and Eli. Those are 3 feature backs in just about any backfield in Tri-County. And this Delsea Crusader team has them all. in one backfield in this wing T set.
Sika and Mullica, the deep men for Clearview. Del Rossi will kick off for Delsea. Del Rossi just put Delsea in front with that PAT kick. A 71-yard touchdown run by Reimel, turning this game around a little bit.
And they've done it. All three of them backs have had big runs so far in this game, all over 20 yards.
And Del Rossi with the kick. Good deep kick. Sika from the 10-yard line, straight up the middle. And nice coverage by the Delsea special teams, stopping Sika at about the 25-yard line.
Clearview going to want to put a drive together now with 4:16. What they can ill afford is to make a mistake here late in the second half. Go down into the locker room, down a point to Delsea, where you give yourself the opportunity. I'm sure Dan Pidcock is going to be happy with what his team did in the first 2 quarters of this game.
Eggy with 10 touchdown passes on the season, including one tonight, so their ground game has been stifled a little bit by Delsea. Maybe they'll open it up a little bit in the air. Hatchell cutting it back inside, couple of yards. To about the 28-yard line. He'll pick up 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 for the Pioneers. Good crowd on hand at Clearview Regional High School. Tom Riordan Field. Comcast 43 happy to be bringing you the action tonight. 3:45 to play in the first half. And this play going nowhere.
I'll tell you, I'm sure there's some dragons on the other side of that fence across the way. Because I know the Kingsway team is very interested in what goes on here tonight.
Yep.
Kingsway and Clearview right now. Clearview having identical points. Clearview with just the 1 loss.
Holding.
Kingsway with 2.
On the offense, 10 yards.
10-yard penalty for holding against Clearview. And that'll create a 2nd down and about 18.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it here, but nonetheless, Hatchell getting the carry again. He's starting to pile up the carries.
Nice twisting run for some pretty good yardage by Mullica. He advanced to the 25-yard line, but that's going to be a 3rd down and long, about 10 for the Pioneers, and a probable passing down for Eggy. He already has 1 touchdown pass in the game to Ray DeCaro, a senior.
It'll be interesting to see what he does here with 2:54 left. Do you run the ball and keep the clock moving, or do you try to pass and get the 1st down?
Eggy to throw, good protection, but it breaks down. He'll try to run it, and he'll be forced out of bounds. That'll force a Clearview punt. So the Delsea defense has acquitted itself well today. Clearview's only touchdown coming on a drive that included 2 15-yard penalties. So Delsea's going to take timeout.
Here you see just the play action fake. Eggy drops back, trying to look for a receiver downfield, and everything breaks down and decides to take off with the football. Stevenson chasing from behind, and he just goes out of bounds. Look at the cameraman hanging in there. He wasn't scared.
So timeout on the field with 2:32 to play in the first half, and Delsea, which scored on its last possession, should have decent field position and plenty of time to score another one before halftime. Dan Pidcock, what a tremendous job he's done at Clearview for so many years, and one of the real fine people in sports that I've known in Gloucester County, Shawn.
Oh yeah, he certainly is. See a couple of good assistant coaches, good young assistant coaches. Clearview, really good coaching staff, as does Delsea. Two really good coach teams. A lot of fun when these two teams get together.
Eggy punting. Gets a good snap.
Right.
And this will be taken on a run at the 48-yard line by Estamera. Estamera with a little bit of room. Finally knocked down at about the 36-yard line, but outstanding field position for Delsea with plenty of time to go, 2:20. Now this is a big point in the football game for that Clearview defense, Sean.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a couple of plays to prohibit Delsea from getting another score late in the second half, and the momentum would certainly be on the side of the Crusaders if they can punch another one in here.
Empty backfield. This is a play they've run Eli on in motion a number of times tonight. Now they've run motion the other way, and Ryan will have it. Nice Jones, excuse me. Jones cutting it back inside. So they're really opening up with their back. They're speedy backs now. This is a good gainer down to about the 20-yard line. First down pickup, 16-yard gain.
And they know they could get to the corner and get those two guys, Jones and Eli, to the outside. Nice crackback block by number 5, Estamera, to spring him back and pick up some nice yardage there.
There's a good move.
Couple little cuts, couple little moves, gives him another 5 or 6 yards. But that's the ability of Jones, Eli, and Reimel. Those three can give you a lot of headaches if you don't contain and don't allow them to get upside. We did see Dan Forrest do a nice job earlier in the game of cutting upfield and not allowing them to get to that corner. That's what you need your defensive ends to do if you're playing against the Crusaders.
Jones goes the opposite way. And great defensive effort by Rocky Aliberti with a tremendous defensive play. Did not allow him to get to the corner. Loss on a play of about 2. It'll be second down.
That's a sophomore playing like a senior as he cuts off the angle, stays with his man. Now, regardless if he doesn't make this tackle, you force the running back to get outside and kind of cut back upfield.
Boy, that's a great play.
And then making the tackle was just an extra bonus. So Clearview needing a big defensive play. Rocky Aliberti gives him one of them.
Second and 12. Kaczynski fires it, and it's dropped. It looked like a catchable ball, but it was dropped. It's going to bring up a third down.
They're looking for Stevenson, the big tight end, over the middle of the field. And you're right, Bob. It looked like Stevenson could have pulled that one in. Rosinski put it where big 240-pounder could come up with it, but not able to do so. And you're right, Bob. Now 3rd and 12.
2 big plays coming up for the Clearview defense here. 1 minute, 6 seconds to play in the first half. Clearview will be real happy right now to go into halftime down just 7-6. Big third down play. Kaczynski fires it, one-on-one call, looking for Stevenson, and he catches it for the touchdown. Just talked about him. Stevenson with a touchdown reception from Rosinski, who coming into this game tonight had thrown less than 10 completions all year, but a big touchdown catch by Stevenson, and it's 13-6 Delsea.
Stevenson on Sparker, and it's just a ball where he throws a little bit behind the receiver. Stevenson turns around and comes back to get it.
Just what they wanted, Sean, one-on-one coverage.
One-on-one coverage, and again, thrown a little bit behind him. Don't know if that was designed or not, but Stevenson has the presence of mind to come back, get the touchdown, now the extra point, and they hold an 8-point lead very quickly here in the second quarter. Delsea takes the advantage.
Del Rossi with his second kick, 14-6, and 2 big late touchdowns in the second quarter. One, the 71-yard run by Reimel. Now the touchdown pass for Rosinski to Stevenson, and with the 2 PAT kicks, Delsea has jumped to a 14-6 lead. The crowd enjoying this one. Kind of a cool, crisp night at Clearview, but a nice crowd on hand.
Nice crowd. You know what? Got to be impressed with Rosinski. Delsea known for a team that likes to run the ball, ground it out, but we've seen a couple of nice passes. Earlier on, they had a nice pass for first down, and then
the ball well. Stevenson missed that one a little bit earlier before the touchdown catch. So Delsea seems to have its offense in gear right now. Not good news for Clearview.
No, not at all. With 1:01 here left before halftime, you have a 6-0 lead with just over 4 minutes left. 4:55, just under 5, and then it evaporates, and now you're looking at a touchdown and a 2-point conversion before you can tie it up. They got their work cut out for them.
Matt Del Rossi kicking off. He's made 2 extra point kicks.
Number 23, Mark Mullica.
Short kick. Mullica with the carry. Mullica has some room, a chance to make a long gainer here to the 40, cuts it back inside. Great return by Mullica. Now Clearview set up with an opportunity to get one back before halftime.
And
Great run by Mullica.
Tackle on 15 yards for the late hit out of bounds. They made sure they got the ball in the right hands of Mullica.
Boy, this is a great run by Mullica.
Great run. He gets to the outside. Now he turns on his jets. Gets to the sideline. Then a quick little move here. Zip. Tries to get through him. And then a late hit is going to be out of bounds here by Reimel. He's got him out of bounds, riding him, and then throws him down into the turf.
Another bad mistake by Delsea. That hurt him again. So they'll tackle on 15. The return by Mullica was to the 28-yard line. This will take it down to the 14.
Dead ball. Late hit.
The distance to the 14.
Here.
So with
First down.
48 seconds to go before halftime, Clearview with a great opportunity to get one of those touchdowns back.
You know, and if you're Dan Pidcock, you're saying, oh no, we just gave up a touchdown. We're down 8 points. And you have a player like Mullica come back and make a play for you. Another play here, and you're right back into this game. And the momentum to go back to the green and gold.
Eggy already has a touchdown pass in this game. Eggy fires it over the middle. Did he catch it?
Yeah, they're going to call it incomplete. Oh, no. What happened is his knee's down, and of course in high school and college football, once your knee hits the turf, the ball is dead.
That was Carroll. Sean
Timeout,
Carroll with a
Clearview.
great catch.
Carroll right through the middle. And I'll tell you what, again, Eggy just gets the job done. Puts the ball exactly where you want to have the ball, into the man's breadbasket with defenders unable to get a hand on it. And now Clearview knocking on the door of the Delsea
37 seconds to go. The ball at the 3-yard line. We'll take time out from Clearview. Be right back.